And we're back, guys. We're back, of course, Rogue Actions midweek, on time, never on budget. Hit that subscribe button. It really, really helps us grow this awesome channel. Of course, comments, thumbs up, all that fun stuff. If you can help us, we would really, really appreciate it. We do check your feedback. We absolutely do. We go through it every single week. Cubs is back with us, up and running on a beautiful, beautiful Wednesday morning at the time of recording this, my friend. It's great to have you back, mate. How's your week been? Have you had fun yet?
It's been a great week. We had a great stream earlier this week. We had some good Grand Arena action, and my other job is going really well. So, yeah, things are great.
Fantastic, mate. Very, very happy to hear it. And, of course, we've gotten some real fun news. But, of course, since we've spoken to you, we've had this character unlocked, of course. Ben Solo now in the game. Conquest is done.
Yes.
The 3 months are over. No more of that particular style of grindy conquest. We're all done. And Ben, it seems like he's bugged. You might find that hard to believe. It's long story short, without going into too much detail, and this is evident, of course, right through all of Conquest. He basically was hitting like a wet noodle, not doing the damage. A few other things as well. There were some other issues, but the damage multipliers and things weren't in there in Conquest. It seems like they're still not there from what we're hearing from reports right now with the testing that's going on out there at this point in time, which is actually really disappointing because we knew this was a problem very early on. Of course, it seemed like that in Conquest, we were getting basically an unmodded version of Ben Solo to use in the game as far as what his actual strength and versatility was. So, Carbs, again, I'm just a bit, again, as Mrs. H says to me all the time, I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed. That's what I'm hearing.
When does she say that? In what specific situation?
Probably more than she should, let's be honest. And it is fair. Every bit of it is warranted. It is what it is. I'm not disputing that. But
I do offer marriage counseling, just so you know.
Oh man, I tell you what, couldn't afford that much, mate. Do you take bulk discount? Jeez Louise. Anyway, look, well, I want to know what you think. I'm a bit frustrated with this. We seem to be having again, unfortunately, and I hate talking about it, but we have had a lot of bugs recently in these releases, and to have one for 3 months, know that it's there, and it seems like at this point in time hadn't been adjusted post-release, or they thought it was only a Conquest problem, one or the other. That's maybe what I assume is what's going on here, but. I just feel that we're better than this, mate, aren't we? Like, what are your thoughts, Cubs? I'd love your opinion.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm starting to. I wish I could channel in my inner mobile gamer, and put a tinfoil hat on here for a second, Heinze. Okay, so just envision. I don't have a tinfoil hat at the ready, but it makes me wonder. Like, are they cleaning something out under the hood right now? Are they getting ready for something? What is influencing? Because it feels like. There's Ben Solo. We've had a lot of bugs recently, and not subtle things, but like big things. And so it just begs the question: why? What changed under the hood of this game that is leading to this? And maybe it could just be nothing. Old game, spaghetti code. They told us they cleaned it out a long time ago, but we've got our doubts. But I don't know. It makes me wonder if something's changing under the hood that is influencing this. But either way. This is not acceptable.
No, it's not. I kind of feel, and we talked about this a while ago, that the Ben, we talked about this in your video as well, the Ben Solo character graphics are probably not on par with a lot of other things.
Why is Ben Solo getting much less appealing graphic work than BT1?
Well, I kind of feel that this was a release maybe from quite some time ago that wasn't used, and
more tinfoil hat.
And since, of course, we had a lot of the updates last year with Unity and other bits and pieces, of course, maybe it was from back prior to that, and it wasn't actually considered as an issue until now, since the update, that something's just not quite gelling. That's the only way I can think of it. I'm not a rocket scientist. I don't know how the coding works. I'm putting my hand up to say I just don't know, but that's the only explanation I can come up with, because it just smacks of the graphics that we used to have, in this game. And whether I'm right or wrong, I don't know, but I'm not 100% sure with that. Let's be clear, but it feels like an old school kit release that sort of hadn't been
tuned up.
tuned up. Yeah, that's probably the word
Well,
for it.
I'm going to make a statement then. CG, I don't know if that's what happened. We don't know if that's what happened. But if that's what happened, shame on you. Don't give us a brand new Conquest character with animations you've had put together years ago. I don't know if that's what they did. So I'm not, but if they did do that, like, come on.
Yeah. But anyway, let us know in the comments below what you guys think, guys. We'd love to hear your opinions on it. Are we on the right track, or are we grasping at straws? Maybe the artist that just had a bad day on that day.
We never grasp at straws.
Could be anything. Could be anything. Could be that one laptop just glitching a bit on that day. Looks a little bit off. It could be that.
Maybe they forgot to update the laptop to the new operating systems. I don't know.
Well, they got 2 now. They said they got 2, so it's one of them. Maybe it's the other one. Who knows?
God. They got 2.
Anyway, let us know in the comments below what you guys think. Okay, let's move on to the next topic that we're talking about today. Omicrons, fantastic. We love them. They're great. They're engaging. They, of course, increase and boost our teams in the game. Characters that have been sitting on the shelf, not used too often. Quite often, they're of course Galactic Legend, requirements. So it makes them useful in the game as well. And I think that's a great thing, because if we're going to farm them, at least if they're more viable in the game, it kind of doesn't hurt so much while we're farming these guys as well on that side of things. I think it's great. But of course, lately we've gotten the Tusken faction firstly, and now this second one as well with the new droids. And of course they have Omicrons only useful in 3v3. Now, I have a problem with this when you think about it, because if you think, of course, with 5v5, any 5v5 Omicron still works in 3v3. Okay, that's just a given. And they've even fixed some recently, like Gideon and, of course, Starkiller, to ensure that they work from going to 5s down to 3s, right? So I kind of see that it's been going that direction. Now we've got 2 factions, Tuskens, and now we have these new droids with, Trip and BT1?
Yep.
Which have a 3v3 GAC only Omicron. Why can't they be used in 5s? Okay, now hear me out. Okay, we already do solo battles in 5v5, right? I mean, Wampa, of course, was built to be used as a solo character. Fennec, the less people you have on the team, the more offense she spits out, the more damaging she is. We already have those on 5s anyway, of not needing to fill 5 slots to make us, to complete and win a particular battle. You actually get more banners if you don't. My question is, Cubs, why can't we take the 3v3 Omicrons and use them in 5s as well, considering you can do it the other way? I just see that as these Omicrons are really, really valuable. Literally, they, cost money in packs. I mean, they are hard to achieve. They're hard to farming in Cantina, but also they're quite expensive to buy in the store. They're quite valuable. Right. So the more use we get out of them should be the better. Tell me if I'm wrong, Cubs. Am I barking up the wrong tree here?
You're absolutely not barking up the wrong tree. And to me, it's astounding that you're even here asking this question. When you've got the amount of investment that goes into Omicrons, how long it takes to get an Omicron, especially free to play, and we're going to make these game mode specific Omicrons, right? Okay, fine. That in and of itself is a bit of an adjustment for us, right? We're used to it by now. But that felt like quite the adjustment to invest on. All right, so this is something that I only get to take advantage of in Grand Arena. But now we're going to cut that in half and say only half the Grand Arenas you get to use this. Literally, why? The question I beg is why? I can think of no logical reason to say slap this Omicron on these characters and use them for half of your Grand Arenas. To me, it defies logic. And this is a problem they've obviously addressed in one direction, and they need to address it in the other direction because there is absolutely no logical reason why they would not do that, in my opinion. So, yeah, I think it's stupid.
If I'm going to invest, and I mean, some of the values are somewhere up around, $11 to $12 US per Omicron, right? Some of them, if you buy them in packs anyway, okay, and you need 20 of them, right? That just gives you an idea. You need a few of them. They're not cheap to buy. If we're talking buying them, just pure money here, right?
Right.
If I feel that if I'm going to invest that much, either in saving them as a free-to-play player, or investing in saving them, or going out to the store and purchasing them, however you play the game, certainly whatever, however you play it is totally up to you. I'm not taking sides here, but what I'm saying is that if you're investing that much money and or time resources into getting 20 mats together, and I want to throw my 3-man Tuscan team against something in 5v5s and actually have some sort of an advantage in that by doing that.
Let him do it.
I feel like I'm actually just hard done by because of that. And I've been speaking to some people that go, you know what? BT1's coming out, Trip's coming out. Am I going to put the Omicron on? No.
Why would you?
Why would I?
Plus, people hate 3v3. I don't mind. I'll be honest. I don't mind 3v3. I still like it, but I definitely feel like the general community pulse towards 3v3 is a negative one. And so
is releasing these 3v3 Omicrons increasing the appeal of 3v3? The answer to that is flat no.
No. So
what's the point?
Well, maybe that probably is the point. CG thinks that it will do that.
It absolutely. Okay, guys, if that's the case, you're thinking that. We love you guys at CG. Not going hard at you. That's not what we do here. If you think that 3v3
lay off the edibles at work, though.
If you think 3v3 Omicrons are going to engage more people to play 3v3, it is not going to work. No. Either people like it or they don't. And Omicrons in 3v3 are not going to make anyone's decision any better. Straight up. Yeah. Let us know in the comments below. Are we barking up the wrong tree, or is this legit? I just see it should be a two-way street. If you got it going one way, it should be coming back the other. So anyway, let us know in the comments below whether you think we're going down the right track or not. We'd love to hear your opinion, of course. Okay, straight up. Question, viewer's choice question every single week. We go to the link below, guys. Of course, we have the Discord server. There's a channel in there called Rogue Actions Questions. Pop your question in there. We love it. We check it every single week. That's where we get our questions from. We don't make them up. We ask what you guys want us to ask. It's totally up to you. That's the beauty of it. Cubs, question comes from Black Star. Thank you so much for the question this week. Really, really appreciate it. And it's been a while since we've had one of these, Cubs. We got a would you rather. We got a would you rather. You ready for this one?
I'm ready for it. Hit me with the would you rather.
Would you rather developer versus creators contest every single quarter consistently?
Wait. Say that again. Developer what?
So content creator versus Swigo developers.
Okay.
Speed GSC every quarter. So once every 3 months. Locked in the quarter, right?
Yeah.
Would you prefer that?
Yeah.
Or would you prefer co-op conquest, helping you with conquest, co-op conquest? Yeah. So every single conquest, you can get an ally to help you do it.
Oh hell, I mean conquest, flat out. And the reason why is because that appeals to everybody. The devs versus community GAC, I had fun with that. I know a lot of people had fun with that, and I also know a lot of people couldn't have cared less about it. And I also know a lot of people were really butthurt that the content creator they love wasn't included in that, and that goes beyond Arnold. Like there's a lot of other content creators people wanted to be involved in that, and so to me, there's always going to be a little bit of that in there. Like, oh, I wish Bit Dynasty was in this, or I wish whoever else. I wish Mobile Gamer came back to do that. Whatever it is. And some people just don't care about the content creators. They just don't.
There's nothing wrong with that,
right? Which is fine, right? And so I would rather something like co-op conquest. That's not just something that appeals to everyone, but it's also something that helps everybody because, I mean, if you could co-op conquest, geez.
Yeah.
I would co-op conquest with you. I'd be like, hey, carry me through this, Heinzie.
It is, it's crazy. It really, really is. I agree. I think the co-op, certainly conquest, as grindy as it is, if there's any way to relieve that grind, if you're going to keep these requirements and these, I'm just, what I'm sick of the most? I'm sick of the 40 faction battles. They're things that are driving me mad. They really are. The 40 faction battles, it's just, all it is, honestly, is sitting in the corner, right? In the corner of my screen here, or I could be at work or I'm at home here, whatever works. I just have it sitting in the corner. I just go click and hit the auto button, and that's it. Like, I do that 80 times.
If we're doing auto battles 80 times, like we need to address this. Like, there's no game value to that. Like, we're just,
it's a waste of time. Yeah. I mean, there's no point doing it. It just frustrates people. There's no benefit there. It's bizarre. Anyway. If you're gonna, let's be honest, it's a great free to play vehicle releasing characters this way. I think that all the releases have been fantastic. That's the whole idea of Conquest, to make it accessible for players to a certain level. And I know that there are restrictions to that, but they're reasonably accessible. And I honestly believe that the more that we can certainly alleviate the time sink that is Conquest still would be fantastic. So whether it's co-op or any other way, let's make it happen, Cubs. That's what
I completely agree. And when it comes to feats, I wish there was a lot more effort into, how can we make feats creative? How can we make feats fun? Not how can we make feats grindy? And I feel like they're in their mind, they don't want it to be easy. And so the way that they translate, let's make this a challenge, is they just make it grindy. And that is not fun. That is bad game design. Just is.
Yeah. Yeah. You're not helping your player base by releasing content like that. Yeah. And I get why you want to do it. You want to make it difficult for us to achieve. Totally get it. There's other ways of making it more difficult than having to do 80 battles over and over again over 10 days.
And that's not even difficult. That's just stamina. That's just like, is this person willing to sell their soul to this game mode for 2 weeks? Like that.
And that's what it is. It's boring. I mean, it is. It's boring. I mean, it's just like click. Like it's not engaging. It's not interesting. Anyway, let us know in the comments below. Are we again? Do you like Conquest? I'm sure some people would. But do you think that it should be better or worse? Do you like co-op, or would you like to see more of the creator stuff? It wasn't my question. Blackstar put the question in there. Let's be honest. If you don't believe me, go and check it. The proof's there. I never posted it. Let us know, guys, what you think. We'd really, really love to hear your opinions. We check it all the time. Thumbs up, subscribe, all that fun stuff. You know what needs to be done. It really, really helps us grow the channel. Even if you want to just smack in, just drop an emoji in there. Put in your favorite eggplant emoji in the comments. Anything.
Oh yeah.
Put anything in there.
I like that.
Chuck it in there. Who can put in the most? Who can put in the most eggplant emojis in the comments? Let us know. Pop them in there. We'd love to see it. It'd be fantastic to hear from you all. Love you, Cubs. Thanks very much for being absolutely fantastic, as always, my friend. Really appreciate it. Looking fantastic. One of us needs the hair. It's looking magnificent as always, brother.
I got enough for both of us.
I'm glad because I got stuff all except on my back. Bye, everyone. See you next week. Have fun.
See ya.